G'day everyone, I'm Emblem Blaze, and welcome back to episode number 31, I believe, of the Tripoints podcast with Kinunners and myself.
Yeah, it is 31, I think, because we were talking about it being special, or 30 being special last time.
Yeah, something like that, and no, you don't need to be turned down, I already did it.
Oh, okay.
Confuse everyone. Anyway,
Yeah.
we got a lot to talk about today. What do we want to start with first?
Let's start with Halo.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to talk about Halo. The first thing before we get into the main topic,
the big
though,
one out the way.
the big one, yeah. Before we get into the main topic, I can't find a trailer or anything anywhere, therefore I didn't send it to you. You may have to look it up online, possibly somehow. They're adding a third-person mode to Infinite.
Why?
I don't know, people like third-person mode? I don't know.
They get that enough when they use vehicles, no?
They get it enough when they get taken out. Oh my god. Yeah, they're in third person mode. I'm hoping they don't put that in the main matches.
Oh,
because
they're just gonna try and turn it into Gears.
Oh, because like if they do like matches with it, it needs to be its own separate thing. Because like third person mode is
Yeah.
it's like the disadvantage to third person. Like you can see way further and around corners without going around the corner. Like, that would
true,
completely change how it would play. Like you could stand at the side of the corner and simply look around. It's like no one could see me.
Yeah.
Oh god. Gosh, could you imagine if they added an ability in Halo that allows you to like see around corners?
It's called Eagle Eyes.
I mean, I guess in Halo 4 you technically could if you use the turret.
If you use the shield.
Oh, and the shield. Oh yeah! Anything in Halo 4.
Any ability apart from invisibility.
Yeah. Yeah, use that. Oh,
And
I didn't
maybe
even
a
think of that. Yeah, in
hologram.
Halo 4 if you use oh, that's such a huh.
Because it does zoom out a little bit when you use
And then
an
if you use
ability,
Promethean
usually.
vision, you can literally see through the wall.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Promethean vision did it better.
Something interesting that came up. But basically, all the news for Halo came out in the Halo World Championships finals thing that happened recently.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of days. Then yeah, the third person mode coming to Halo, but it feels wrong.
But it's fine.
It's a thing. I'm sure people will have to be happy with it because a lot of people like third person.
I think it just depends on how it's implemented.
Yeah. I really hope though it isn't like, unless it's in like a very specific social mode, I really hope they're not crossed, like the first person and the third person.
Yeah.
Because first person would not have as much fun. I mean, first person would probably have a little bit more accuracy off the bat. However, like,
Yeah.
someone could literally see
Other
you
than
coming
that,
before
like,
you come.
come on now. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to the big things. Halo's the developers have changed. Not really. Yes, kind of.
Studios.
Same people.
Question mark.
Is it same people, different studios? Halo Studios, now not 343. I'm gonna keep saying 343 accidentally, I know it.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what it says when you boot up Halo Infinite. Now.
Halo Studios is such a boring name.
If it's any consolation, I mean, I agree with you. It is quite a boring name, personally. And I'm not the biggest fan of the logo. I really hope they
even
don't
see
try
the
to
logo,
turn
don't
Halo's actual logo into that.
Wait, what? Where's this? Where do they show the logo?
They show it right at the end of the video.
Can I just not see it? Oh. Yeah, it looks like Mega Blocks.
It does kind of look like Mega Blocks, which is ironic because Halo Mega Blocks.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah,
Maybe that's the point.
I'm not the biggest fan of that. If they try to turn Halo's normal logo
Neither
into
am
that,
It looks.
yeah.
Why is it also blinding?
I don't know. Every time they load, like I can imagine that might be like what is shown when they you load up a game with it in it, like that little animation of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get blinded every single time I load up the next Halo game.
It's, yeah, exactly.
It's like, wow.
That's a whole flashbang.
Oh god, yeah. Hopefully, yeah, they don't make the entire series logo that, because I like the Halo logo the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, yeah, but I understand it is basically it's 343, except that they've been changed over to Halo Studios.
It's 343 with a question mark.
Yeah, the name is a little bit more generic, I guess. I can see the reasoning behind it though. Like when you think of 343, like that's only really something the fans would get.
Yeah.
Like that's
Does
referring
that mean
to
all
a
the bots
character.
are gonna have different names now?
Like that's a character that hasn't like been in a new game, by what I understand, at least since 2007.
Yeah.
Realistically, I mean, has he shown up otherwise? I mean, he was like in Halo 2 Anniversary. How about that's Halo 2? I'm trying to think if he's in anything else. Have you? Yeah, it's referring to a specific character who hasn't been in the franchise for such a long time, other than like side stories and things. Therefore,
Yeah.
like, newer players have no idea what a 343 is.
That is true.
And 343 Industries, I feel like with the amount of ups and downs they've had over the last 12 years or whatever it is, the name kind of is a bit of a stigma now.
Just a little bit.
If people hear the words 343 Industries and think it's the apocalypse, like...
Yeah. I don't
therefore,
blame them.
I can understand why they changed their name. I wish it was something different though.
It's just like, I'm sure there are so many things you could have come up with.
Mjolnir Studios would have been neat.
That would have been better, at least.
However, there is one reason I think I can sort of understand why they did Halo Studios. When you think of like Sonic games and you think of who made them, not Sega as such, because Sega's the publisher, you think of like Sonic Team.
Yeah.
I think the idea is if they like Halo
I mean, I don't know
is
about
the
you, I
word that
think
has all the
Sega.
weight behind it in the branding.
Yeah.
You think what?
I think Sega.
Yeah.
Might just be me, though.
Sega don't really make the games.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh really? However, yeah, like the word Halo is what's got all the branding, I guess. Therefore, people know Halo Studios will be making Halo, and I think something about this trailer as well. Oh yeah, Halo's moving to Unreal Engine 5. That's what this trailer's about. Got a bit of
Oh, yeah,
topic there. I think the idea of this trailer is more for trying to hire people rather than for
It looks like it.
fans.
It's
Yeah.
like one of those videos that, like, a company puts out, and they're like, hey, so, we need some new workers in.
Yeah.
And no one want a 9 to 5? Like,
Well, because the way I was about to say 343, the way Halo Studios works, like a lot of Microsoft's game studios, is they work on contractors. They don't work on like permanent employees.
Halo works like a lot of Microsoft studios. Who would have guessed?
You know what I mean? Like they have a lot of contractors. They hire people in for a certain amount of time and then let them go again.
Yeah.
Therefore, like keeping them on the old engine would mean that every time they hire someone in, they have to train them up on the old engine.
Yeah.
Which is what happened to Halo Infinite, basically. They hired a bunch of people in, people got confused, and gone
And
again.
it turned out like Infinite.
However, like Unreal Engine 5, especially on Unreal Engine in general, is like industry standard.
Yeah.
Like most like developers will know how to use it. Therefore, I'd say that and they don't have to make the engine anymore, which means you don't have to wait 3 years for them to make the engine, then 2 years to make the game.
Yeah.
Someone else is doing it for them. However, like, I don't know how I feel about it overall, though.
I just...
My biggest worry is that they won't be able to translate, like, the feel of the Halo's base, like, engine over to Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
And that's kind of worries me, because Halo has a very specific feel out of, like, every FPS. Like,
And I feel like physics would be impacted as well.
yeah.
to some degree,
They'd
which
have to
is
put a
not
lot of
necessarily
work
a bad
in to
thing.
try replicate it.
Yeah,
Because Halo does have a very specific feeling, and
it does.
a lot of that is down to its engine.
Yeah,
It's very archaic, old '90s engine that it was using for years.
yeah. The ancient engines.
How do you know what this trailer or whatever it is? I don't even know what it is. Like a breakdown or something.
Yeah, what actually is it?
This showcase, I guess, is probably the best word. Like
This video.
this video, it's giving me big flashbacks to when Halo, like when the Slip Space engine was unveiled for Halo Infinite. Look at all the really nice looking places.
Yeah,
It's like
that means nothing.
literally. Like the Slip Space engine was simply a modified version of the normal Halo engine. However,
Yeah,
they could get things looking nice in there as well if they had people who actually knew how to use it.
yep.
Well, visuals really mean nothing in this case. I like what they said in the video as well about how Halo was originally a visual showcase for the Xbox.
Yeah,
I mean, kind of. However, that's not the first thing I think
a
of. when I
little
think
bit,
of
but no.
like, it worries
I
me
don't
that
think
they're
we
going to try
outlook at
go
them
way too much
graphics.
into graphics over gameplay.
Yeah,
Because, Halo Infinite, it looks a bit funny sometimes. However, overall, I think it looks fine.
yeah.
I
It
think
looks like
pretty
Halo.
good, well enough. I don't know, something about this, looking back through it now, and especially looking at Chief, it looks like a fan
Yeah.
project. I don't know. I don't know if
I
there's
didn't want to
only
say it.
It looks funny.
I was like, is
I
that
don't know,
too mean?
I didn't get it. It looks like those renders.
It does look funny.
It looks like those renders that fans do online that they put up of oh look, here's Chief in the Pillar of Autumn in Unreal Engine 5. It's like
Yeah,
it's like
exactly
this
what
doesn't
it
look
looks like.
right. Oh really?
Also, that weird flood map looks strange too.
Yeah. I
The
don't know
other way
how
it
it's
took
very,
it from Half-Life, to be honest.
I'm not sure it doesn't really look like Flood, does it?
No,
Not what I think of Flood anyway. I think of popcorn.
I still think of fungus.
Yeah. I always liked the Fungus Flood from the original 2 games. They changed that in Halo 3 and it makes me sad. Fungus Flood are the best.
Popcorn.
Popcorn. The popcorns. However, the Flood one does look kind of strange.
I just saw it and I was immediately like, it just looks like those weird walls in Half-Life.
It does kind of...
I'm like,
However,
oh, did they make the
the
same
overall
squeezy
visual
noises?
style in general simply looks off to me. I tell you.
Yeah, something about it is really weird.
It looks like they've tried to chuck Halo into an extremely realistic style, I think is probably what it is. Where,
Yeah.
as much as people like to think, Halo's not realistic.
And why is everything grey?
This is why I don't like Reach as much. Because
Like,
everything's...
the flood map has a little bit of colour, but that's it.
One thing that is nice to see, though, is different biomes.
Yeah, finally.
Halo Infinite. It's nice to see snow.
Snow.
What does kind of worry me though, what they've sort of been showing off here is very Halo CE-ish in nature.
Yeah.
Especially Chief CE armor with a 117 on it.
That
all
ring
of a
looks like a ring.
sudden. Yeah, and
Sorry.
the Magnum. The Magnum looks nice though. Please. Oh,
Yeah.
I do like the Magnum.
Bring a Magnum back,
Please bring.
please.
What kind of worries me is this is maybe a hint. We've heard rumors of the CE remake and everything like that.
Yeah.
And all that sort of thing. It kind of worries me. That's it. Am I the only person who really doesn't want a remake of CE?
I think so.
Probably. Every time I hear CE gets a remake, I'm like, why though? CE's perfect. Leave it alone.
I'm fine with either.
The flaws of CE is what makes CE great. Like,
Yeah, actually, yeah. That's
when
a
you
fair
start
point.
adding like weapons and all sorts to CE, it throws the balance off. Like, obligatory Thanos reference here. Like, CE feels really perfectly balanced in the
Obligatory.
campaign. Like, like
As all things should be.
so, yeah, every weapon has a purpose. There's nothing overlapping with anything else really. Like, I mean, I guess the Magnum overlaps with the sniper a little bit, which is really hilarious. However, other than that though, like, everything fits. And then once you start adding all sorts of stuff, like Chief can use an energy sword, it sort of messes it up a little bit. I don't know. I like see the way it is. Rant finished?
Yeah.
However, like, I want them to make a new game as well. I don't want them to go back. That's the other thing. I want them to finish off the story they started in Infinite as well, please. Like, don't simply leave it.
Now, why would they go and do that?
I mean,
That requires having adequate story writers.
Infinite's was okay.
It was alright.
It wasn't amazing, however,
Full stop.
it worked. It's serviceable. It was intriguing a little bit. Like,
It was enough. It felt like a demo.
it does. The problem with Infinite and like
I haven't
its
even
whole
finished it.
campaign in general is because of its like open nature. Halo's when you think of like a previous Halo game, you think of those specific moments in previous Halo games that like stick out, like the Scarab in Halo 2 and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Halo
Don't
Infinite doesn't
remember
really have that
Scarabs.
because you can do whatever you want and go wherever you want. Like,
Yeah.
there's no like big moment that like defines Infinite. It's simply wandering around the
It's
around
infinite.
ring.
The biggest thing that defines infinite is nothing.
It's
That or the
simply
monitors.
complacent video game. Infinite's like Sonic Frontiers to me. Frontiers has a very similar issue. However, it has its big moments with the boss battles. However,
Yeah.
it has a very similar issue for me where the more I play it, I slightly enjoy it less every single time. It's like- and like, it's not to say the games
Yeah.
are bad. However, it's like once you've experienced that openness once, going back to it, unless it's like Zelda or something, which has way too much in it, like going back, it's sort of like it's very basic. Like you're simply walking around a lot or running around in Sonic's case.
Yeah.
And like,
See, at least for Sonic it makes sense though.
yeah. Yeah, well, like, because like I wouldn't say like Infinite's definitely better than like 5's campaign
Yeah.
any day of the week, and I'm sure most people would think it's better than 4's as well. I'm biased, however, yeah.
That sounds a little bit more debatable.
I'm biased towards 4. I personally like Infinite more than a lot of other Halo games. It's not one of my top 3.
It's not bad, it's just
However, like
it's there.
it's very it's very there. It's like what people always said about Sonic Forces when that came out. Everyone was like, it's
Yeah.
such a meh game.
It's not bad, but it just exists.
And like even with it existing, I like Infinite. However, it exists, and the next one
Yeah.
needs to like do a lot bigger things. I think.
Can we bring back Scarabs?
Yeah, Scarab. A Scarab. I want to in first person battle a banished
mantises.
Scarab, please and thank you.
Ooh.
Because they're a lot bigger and
Yeah, that
scarier
sounds
than
fun.
normal scarabs. They fire like liquid plasma stuff. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, no thanks.
They're like big old spiders.
Ha.
Anyway, yeah, scarabs. I do want some scarabs. I was really hoping they'd have a banished. Like a lot of Infinite. Like you can tell Infinite had such a strange development because like a lot of that original
Yeah.
concept of like boats and things didn't exist.
Going underwater with whatever else.
Yeah. That'd be.
Like, I was just
I don't
non-existent.
understand why they haven't really done that. Like, you can go underwater in some of the games, however, there's no, like, underwater level. How is that not a thing yet?
How is that not a thing?
Considering a chief can go underwater. Is it... Like, there's plenty of space levels, I guess.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting, like, going underwater and you see, like, grunts swimming around because, like, they have, like, their masks on and things like that. Like,
I want them to swim with the frog style swim.
and then you could, like, introduce, like, almost an amphibian, like, race.
Ooh.
Where they can come out of water, have their, almost like the Lizalfos from
Frogs.
Zelda. Frogs. Giant frogs. Like, not necessarily to be part of the enemies, maybe be, like, part of, like, I guess the enemy fauna on the ring and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Have, like,
They'll just exist.
yeah, have, like, I can imagine them, like, being super,
What if
like,
they made
really,
a
like...
flood spawn? They could swim like
Oh,
that.
yeah! Like,
They made a frog flood spawn. Now they can really make it
Why is that
algae.
not a thing? Oh my gosh, yeah. Fungus and algae.
They can go back to the fungus.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Oh, I want that now. Have, like, yeah, they need to be, like, really quick and overpowered in the water, and then when they get out, they can move around, however they can't do as much.
It just, yeah, kind of like blobfish.
Blobfish. That already looks like a Halo enemy, to be fair.
It's called blobfish.
A blobfish. And then you have, like in the original reveal, there was, like, underwater sentinels and things.
And then there was none of it.
Fun things. Yeah, Infinite was very strange. Like, what even happened to the guy who took out Locke? Who had, like, Locke's helmet on his arm?
What even happened to Locke?
Yeah, what did happen to Locke?
I mean, I personally don't really care that much, but like, what happened?
you made this character. What happened to him?
Exactly, like, you made a new character, at least tell me where he went.
343 had a really, like, bad habit of simply throwing things away really quickly.
Locke included, apparently.
Like, they had a bad habit of, like, when things went sour, instead of trying to fix it, they were like, that, start again.
Just get rid of it.
It's like, okay then.
Can we bring back Chips Double?
Oh god, yeah, Chip Stubbo. Oh, I mean, if they do a CE remake, Chip Stubbo will sure to be there.
Chips has to be there.
Oh golly. CE remake's a whole thing we could talk about in a whole other episode, because, like, even though I don't
Yeah, it
personally
really
want
is.
one, there's a lot of things that I could add to one. Like,
There's so much you could do with it.
oh golly. However, yeah. Yeah, Halo's in Unreal Engine 5.
Anyway.
Yeah. Looks good.
It looks nice.
It looks nice. Funny, nice though.
That's all it's got going for it at
And
the moment.
I do like that, despite the fact that it's CE Chief with a 117 on his armor for no reason, a CE Magnum, it's got infinite elites and energy swords.
It's fine.
The elites look funny.
There's absolutely
is
no
it me, or,
continuity
like-
here, okay?
The way they have them framed, do they look really skinny and thin?
I gotta go find
Like,
it.
more than normal. Like, do they look really small?
Oh, where is that shown? I've gotta go find it. Oh, there they are. Yeah, they look... Yeah. It is a bit weird.
Oh, and
For
the other
sure.
contradictory thing as well is this Halo 5 music playing in the background.
Okay.
I'm a Halo fan. I like picking up on all these sort of things.
Why does Chief move like that?
Yeah, it looks really awkward, doesn't
Why
it?
is he so stiff?
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to think of how to word it. That's why I didn't bring it up because I couldn't think of it. You got it right on the money though. He does. It looks. That's another
moves
thing
like
that makes
a
it look
Lego.
really fan-like made.
Yeah.
It looks really funny, especially like because Halo Infinite's animation is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, this looks. I think the other thing as well is like yeah, you made the nice looking armor. However, that armor looks like it's come right out of the factory a moment ago.
It literally just looks like they made a Mega Bloks animation.
There's like no scratches on the armor or anything. It reminds me of, again,
There's
Infinite's
nothing to
initial
that.
reveal when he had like a very clean light green armor.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh golly. At least
Also, why is the energy sword reflecting like sunlight? What?
why does it have a lens flare?
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the last I
think
was
that's how
aware,
plasma
they
works.
didn't even reflect. I don't think that's how the gas plate, like, the gas like surrounding the plasma works either.
Yeah.
Like the gas isn't moving; it's like moving like water. It shouldn't be like a flashy reflection. unless the light from the energy sword is reflecting off the handle. I guess I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. The only possible solution there is the handle is just really shiny.
Oh, God. I think another funny thing is if you look at Chief's helmet, something like it's not necessarily a mistake because this is trying to be really faithful. Like the original Halo game could get away with this because of how the shadows were in the old, like how it originally looked. The problem with
Yeah.
Chief's visor on the original model back from Halo CE is he doesn't really have an eye line to look at. Like the reason Chief's visor in games afterwards has like a line across it is because it sets you up to look at where the eyes would be.
Yeah.
And it's
just
something they
looks
always
odd.
forget when they do new versions of Halo CE's armor.
Yeah.
I know when Bungie did new versions of it, like in Halo 3 and that, they added like an eye line to it. Again, in CE
Yeah.
they get away with it because in CE, the way the shadows worked, it wasn't
Yeah, well,
reflective,
it's a bit
therefore the
different
shadows
there.
were making that eye line.
Yeah.
However, like, yeah, it is something, therefore it always looks a little bit funny to look at. Like,
It does.
it always looks like it's missing
You know what it
something.
looks like? It
What's
looks
that?
like the TV show. Same thing with the movements.
Well, I think oh yeah, it does kind of look like the
Sympathizing
CGI parts of the TV show, doesn't it?
It's real awkward looking.
I think is because without that eye line, even if it is reflecting, like you're looking directly at that visor, it looks flat, even though it's meant to be rounded.
Yeah.
And I think the eye line sort of helps to get around that.
It's a PNG.
And why does he have his lights on in the daytime? No one else noticed that?
Maybe that's where the lens flare came from.
Yeah. Otherwise, though, the armor looks amazing. Like,
Yeah. it
Halo
looks
CE's
nice
is my
otherwise.
favorite armor. They need to add something along the front, like even if it's very subtle. Like,
It just looks funny.
if they're gonna update it for modern day, there's something they do. Yeah, and then the way he moves, it looks really strange. I don't know why. Hell yeah. It'll be interesting to see if a game comes out of this, or if this simply was like an art piece, like they say.
Yeah, I don't know.
I am interested to see if they're like sort of hinting at something with it. Otherwise, though, I don't know. I don't even know how to feel about this
It's-
whole announcement. Like,
It's there.
everything feels like wrong and right at the same time. Like I can. It's a good thing that they moved to Unreal Engine for certain things. However, like they could lose the Halo feel, and I really hope they don't simply discard the old engine.
Yeah, don't discard it. Like, you can still use it for something, sure.
I would have to use it for something, or they need to release it to the public, in my opinion.
Yeah, let everyone have a play with it.
Yeah, exactly. Let
just
everyone have a
mess
play with
around
the
with it.
spaghetti code. But what I understand is it's apparently it's very
Exactly.
confusing and messy because it was built in the 90s and
Someone
has been
can figure
updated
it
over
out.
20 something years.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
fine.
God. Yeah, I would like to see like if they release like Sip Space as it is, like what a fan who got really into it could do with it. Like
That would be so impressive.
I would like to see a game that has the same sort of like fidelity that like the original Halo Infinite like showing had.
Yeah.
Because in my
And you bet
opinion,
there's someone out there that could do it.
in my opinion,
For sure.
despite how good this Unreal Engine 5 stuff looks, that looked better to me personally. That original showing from Infinite.
I agree.
It may not have looked as, I guess, like it may not have had as much fidelity, like as much quality.
Maybe
I
it's
guess.
just
However, it looked
because
very.
we're so
It was
used
stylized.
to seeing, like, yeah. I think maybe it's because we're so used to seeing Unreal Engine with so many other things that we just don't attribute it to Halo.
Yeah,
So when you see
that's
it
true.
done
It
with Halo,
reminds
it
me
just
of when
looks weird.
Frontiers was like being shown off for the first time, and everyone's like, they simply stuck Sonic into an Unreal Engine 5 or 4 like
Yeah,
backdrop. And in Frontiers, it does look out of place. I will say that. Like,
It does, yeah.
I don't know, because Halo to me has always been stylized. I know a lot of people think it's like ultra realistic
Yeah, it is.
and stuff like that. Like,
No, it's definitely stylized. Have you seen a ghost before?
I think it looks. It's more fun when it's stylized. However, I guess, curious to see where this goes. I'm cautiously optimistic.
I'm optimistic with a question mark.
And I think we shall leave it at that because we've been talking about Halo for almost 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks interesting. Yeah. Reforj.
Reforj. I have the exact same opinion. It looks interesting.
It does. I think it looks very smooth. Like, I know they always said it was going to run at like 60 FPS the whole time, like it was never going to have a problem. The more I see it, the more I realize, oh, it is going to run at 60 FPS the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like, it's very smooth. I was kind of worried from the original like pictures and stuff that we saw that you would have only been able to glide in third person.
Yeah, you can do it in first person.
They do all that in third person. It does kind of look a little bit like, not the gliding, like the changing of blocks, like changing them to stairs and slabs and all that.
Yeah.
It feels a bit slow.
It does.
I can imagine trying to build like really sort of quickly. I guess in like a survival mode, it'd probably be slower than in creative. However, like I can imagine trying to build sort of like semi quickly, and you slowly left, brr, left,
Yeah.
brr, left, brr. It's like.
But we do now figure out what that right block was for.
Yeah,
We were
it's
trying to
to
figure it
change the design of literally any block, basically.
Yeah.
Which is neat. I do like that.
Yeah.
There's a part where they're like running through a desert as well, and I liked that there's like wavy sand.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that looks nice.
You know what bothers me though?
What's that?
When they're walking on the grass, it sounds like when you're trying to mine a dirt block.
I didn't even notice. Oh, that's funny. What have they got in like throughout the video? There's like something in that last slot that has like 10 that's hovered over. There's nothing in their hand or anything. Like, what is that?
I don't know.
Something that else that sort of I think is a little bit. I don't like how big the map is, and I don't like where it is.
I agree. Okay, can it? What if it's toggleable though?
I'd imagine it probably is, especially knowing 4J. Everything's an option with 4J.
Yeah, true. Everything's in settings.
For all we know, everything, like when this game comes out, there'll be an option to allow you to even walk. Like, it's like.
Yeah.
4J has options for everything in their stuff. However, I imagine it's toggleable. However, like, it's super big. And
But I
it sits
don't
right
like
in the
it.
bottom left-hand corner. Oh, golly. Yeah. However, yeah, no, gliding looks fun.
You know what it looks like?
What's that?
You know what Unturned is.
Yeah, I do know what Unturned is. That's a game I haven't played in a very long
that's
time.
what it looks like.
That is what it kind of... You know, this whole game actually looks like Unturned.
Yeah, it does.
In a way.
Map and all.
How do you like being able to cut down a tree and the entire tree falls down?
I don't have a response.
Or mine through a wall and you can mine 3 blocks at a time.
I think that's fine.
That's neat. I do like that.
Yeah. The tree falling down though. I don't know.
I think there should be almost like I think instead of because I'd imagine it's only pre-alpha, therefore they will probably add like I can imagine they'll probably add tools and stuff like that. You won't be doing everything with your
probably.
hand. However, I think it should be like a tool like ability to cut down the whole tree. If that makes sense. Actually, Minecraft people, if you're listening, it should be an enchantment to do that in Minecraft. Like, yeah.
Oh, Stampy said in the comments that the hand animation and effects are only placeholders.
Yeah. I sort of gathered that's what it would have been.
Which I figured that as well, but
were there people complaining about it? Was it?
There was someone talking about the same sort of thing we were, where they'll like make it seem like an actual thing instead of just kind of magically terraforming.
magically break stone. Da da da.
Yeah.
Oh god. Is there any other stuff in the comments that sort of say anything?
Yeah, someone said it looks like the 3D version of Terraria.
I mean, Stampy does like Terraria.
Yeah, other than that, not really, though.
Yeah. It is kind of like its 3D version of Terraria in a way, I suppose. Even like the glide.
A little bit, actually, yeah.
Like being able to do multiple blocks at once. The gliding. Being able to like switch. Like, yeah, I guess it is. Actually, now that I think about it, does it show... if you look in the HUD bar, for some things, the stacks are a lot higher than 64 in some of their...
They are. There was like an 112 there somewhere.
That's nice. I like that. Oh, yeah, no. Otherwise, there wasn't as much, like, there wasn't much different, I guess, shown off from what's previously been shown off. Hello, sorry about this random cut. I'm a little bit in the future, and I am sick as well, therefore I apologise if I'm a little bit nasally. However, after we recorded the podcast yesterday, some more stuff came out, a Q&A with the community manager, Nathan Semke. I don't know how to say it, I apologise for messing that name up, and game designer Joseph Garrett, aka Stampy, as a lot of people know him. There's a Q&A about some of Reforj's stuff, and I dotted down some points, and I'm going to quickly go through them here, right now, and then cut back to us to talk about everything else. Okay, first thing they sort of talk about is how, like, they simply want to be open during development. Like, the whole development seems to be based around... Well, not necessarily the whole thing seems to be based around community feedback, however, a great deal of Reforj's development will be around community feedback, and I think that's pretty neat to see. It's set to release on the Xbox Series consoles, the Series X and S, the PS5 and PC, therefore all sort of modern generation stuff. I would imagine with Nintendo's next system coming out, they might start looking at that in the future, however, nothing of yet, I would imagine. A closed alpha will be planned for early 2025, which will be interesting to see some more gameplay sort of come out of that. At the moment, they're sort of working towards a survival milestone, getting all like the elements of general survival, like game stuff, sort of built into it and ready to go and all that sort of thing. For the closed alpha, the game will have multiplayer. Something I don't know why I didn't think about it. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't think about the idea that the game will have or won't have multiplayer. However, it's good to hear that we'll have multiplayer. I mean, it makes sense. I'm really excited for that. There'll be mobs. Apparently, there's a hint for a mob in the key art. I'm yet to figure out what it is. There will be creative and survival modes. There may be mini games and tutorial world as well. Maybe is what they said. However, we'll find out. That's what Joe said. What else? There will be a customizable flat world. They're looking into that, which super happy about that. Something that frustrates me with Minecraft Bedrock is that there's no customizable flat world. There's first and third person modes. That's fine. 4,096 elements, if I heard correctly, which is basically their version of blocks from Minecraft, the voxels. Yeah, there will be 4,096 elements in a world. That doesn't seem right. I have a feeling it's probably higher than that. I probably misheard it. But yeah, and the world loops, loops around, and you use gateways to get to other places. However, yeah. What else? Sorry, I'm looking through my notes at the moment. They sort of stated it was not a Minecraft clone, which, I mean, I'm assuming as we get closer to the end of it, it'll look less and less and less. They talk about the sculpting tool a little bit and how sort of, I guess, like good, how fun it is to play around with to make like different blocks into different shapes. Oh gosh, the story will be told throughout the environment around the world, which is really neat. That's very like, I guess, I mean that's very Minecrafty as well in some aspects. However, like it's very like Zelda-ish, like newer Zelda and stuff like that. There's a lot of story elements hidden around the world. I don't know if there'll be like a main big story overall. However, interesting note. And the last thing I've got noted down here, there was some more things. However, the last thing I've got noted down here is it's not set on Earth, therefore we won't be seeing any sort of Earth creatures. That's interesting. I wasn't, again, another thing I didn't even think about. However, like, yeah, it's not going to be like how Minecraft is, how it has like wolves and cats and birds and all that sort of thing, like parrots, which are Earth creatures. However, this is going to be, it's going to have things that are similar, I believe, in sort of like, I guess, not necessarily like design, like similar in a way to some Earth creatures. However, like, yeah, it's sort of alien, I guess. I don't know if that's what you consider or not. However, yeah, interesting to hear about. Yeah, it's nice to see they're going to do little Q&As and things like that about different things. It's super exciting to sort of listen into a lot of this stuff. However, yeah, I will now cut back to myself and Kinunners talking about whatever we talk about for the rest of the podcast. I already forgot, and it's only a day later. Alrighty, cheers. I like the water.
Yeah.
I think the water looks nice. Yeah, apart from that though, it continues to look good. I'm eagerly awaiting its release.
I'm waiting for it to be released.
Yeah.
That's a good comment for everything here.
And then I guess, other than Reforj, the last big thing I guess, unless you have other big things to talk about.
I don't have any other big things.
Our weekly review of Sonic Cross Shadow Generations Dark Beginnings Episode 2, Finding the Way. I want to try and make
Such an unreasonably long title.
I want to try and make the titles as long as possible ever.
Why does that alien look like a head crab? With an eyeball.
It is kind of... To be fair, that it is kind of what like Black Doom looks like in...
That's true, yeah.
In Shadow. Oh gosh. Yeah, I need to find it again now. Where are you? So my subscriptions are all filled with Halo things because this is like the first big piece of Halo news we've had in like 4 years.
10 years later.
I say 4 years. When did Infinite come out? 2021? 3 years.
Close enough.
Yeah, no, I liked the action in this episode.
Yeah.
I think it looks really nice. There's more Maria moments. I wasn't expecting more Maria moments.
Neither was I, but here we are. Who is this other kid?
Oh, that's the... Okay.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever had this
time
kid
to sit down for some deep
before.
Sonic
Who is
lore.
this? I don't remember this guy.
He is, in the Shadow the Hedgehog game, the head of GUN.
Ah.
And basically Shadow's
He's
arch
the
enemy because they do not like each other. Because that guy,
I figured that
who
much.
is Eggman and Maria's cousin, I think, or at least a friend that was on the Ark, blames Shadow for Maria.
Oh, come on now. Really?
That's who that kid is.
That's who that kid is. Okay.
The whole thing. Like, any chance he gets, he was like, we got to take out Shadow now. because we'll say he's bad. And Shadow's like, I exist.
Literally.
Oh golly. Rouge's characterization in this is... it's something.
Oh, it's something, alright.
I like the demand that she gives Shadow to help Shadow get to a ship.
Rouge is just...
The funny thing is, though, he wasn't at Sonic's birthday to start with.
Yeah.
He gets sent there after the whole
He
events
shows
of
up after,
Generation.
yeah.
Like, he wasn't there to start with. Same with like Silver and that.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. I like the idea. I like how Shadow doesn't even say no. He's like,
Not again.
grumble, grumble.
Grumbles and Hedgehog.
I like that he's like, oh, I'm filled with this DNA. However, I look like I'm a hedgehog, and I'm like, no, you don't.
No, that's not what a hedgehog looks like. So, have you seen a hedgehog before? You're a lot bigger than one.
Literally, as soon as he said that, I'm like, oh my gosh, really? You think you look like a hedgehog? Or, as well, I don't know if Shadow was aware that he had the DNA in him. Although, in saying that, he has amnesia like three times a day.
That's true. I thought he had no idea.
Yeah. I thought he had
does,
no
I don't
idea.
know.
However, it's simply quite possible. He forgot. For an ultimate life form, his brain tends to lose memories pretty quick.
He likes to fizzle out quite a lot. Maybe that's why.
Oh,
He still hasn't figured out how he's supposed to cure people yet.
He keeps forgetting. He works out and he goes to them and he's like, wait a minute,
I have no idea.
it's on the tip of my tongue.
Let me walk out the door and walk back in, I'll remember.
I like that Shadow goes to the pyramid base from Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
Fun things. Omega seemingly simply shows up.
He's just... I was trying to figure out where he literally he just comes from. Like, what?
As well, isn't Shadow part of GUN?
I don't know anymore.
They keep switching it.
He is both.
He is in Forces, but I don't know if that's any consolation.
I don't know if that helps anyone.
Because like Rouge and Omega show up, and he's like, "What are you guys doing here?" It's like, "What do you mean, Shadow? What do you think they're doing?"
What are you doing here, Shadow? That's the real
Exactly. What do you think Rouge would be doing in a place like?
What do you think? Literally anything that starts with "what could Rouge be doing" can simply just be answered by being Rouge.
Although I don't understand why Rouge now wants to go raid GUN.
I don't know.
I have a better idea, Rouge. Since you're part of GUN, as is Shadow,
Don't.
as far as I'm aware. Walk up to them and be like, "Hey, we think there might be a problem on the Ark. Can we borrow a ship, please?"
Yeah.
Easy.
Problem solved.
I don't understand why it's such a... God. Yeah, and then Omega's there, because... I mean, he has to be. The other two are there, Omega has to be... And you know what it made me realise? Omega isn't in
What?
Generations.
No, he isn't.
Like, at all.
No. He's not
even one of the
whatsoever, I don't
friends
think.
standing out the front of one of the levels. He's like, he doesn't exist.
He just doesn't exist, yeah.
There might be some artwork of him, I guess, in one of the art things.
Maybe this is what he was doing the whole time.
Did he change voice actor again, by the way?
Who?
Omega.
I don't know. I think so. I don't remember what he sounds like anymore.
He changes voice actor like every game at this point.
Yeah.
And
Also,
something
did
that is
Shadow
nice to see
just
of Omega,
stop
though.
a sword with his hands? I don't think that's how that works,
It's such a
Shadow.
Shadow thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fun thing with Omega, though, is he's not moving like a robot.
Yeah.
Nice to see that again.
He moves like Omega.
I don't like how Sonic 06 and Forces are like, he moves extremely slowly, like a
He's
robot.
a robot.
Meanwhile, every other Eggman robot moves fine.
Yeah.
Especially these ones, which look like they're right out of Sonic Colors.
Why did he move like that?
What do you mean?
In the part where Rouge is about to get crushed by something, Shadow pushes her out of the way or whatever.
Yeah.
Why does he move around in a circle, in a half circle first?
It's Shadow.
Just make a beeline to her. What?
Maybe style points?
Maybe.
No. He says he's not ever concerned with basically anything. However, we all know he is.
He's concerned with style,
He's showing off.
apparently.
I want to use Rouge's kicks in a future game, please. Ones that send robots flying.
Yes, please.
Oh, the fact as well that she can hack a computer while not even looking at it.
Oh yeah, that is some Tails level right there.
Yeah.
That I didn't know Rouge ever had.
Yeah, why does Shadow do that? Wait a moment.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. There's nothing on the other side. You literally just could have made
why
a
does
straight
Rouge
line.
stop to have a chat in the middle of a battle?
Why? Yeah. What?
Do you reckon this big old egg bot that they're battling, do you reckon that'll be a boss battle in Generations?
It looks too small.
Because I've never seen...
It's a mini boss in one of the regular levels.
Off memory, I can't recall ever seeing a boss like this. Like a robot like that
Yeah,
before.
I don't know. What boss robot has ever had a mace?
Yeah.
Like a ball and chain.
Oh, golly. Oh, it's fun to see Shadow doing a spin dash as well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Was he-
yeah.
Is the ground made of dirt?
I don't know.
Because that part where he's falling, right, or whatever he's doing, right before that spin dash.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that's not how the ground would work, right? If he skates. Unless he's actually touching the ground.
I mean, to be fair, Omega's sliding
I
across
mean, it
the
would
ground.
to some degree. But,
Yeah,
I don't know anymore.
I honestly... Yeah, why... Yeah, actually, yeah. Why does his skates do that?
Why does that work like
That's
that?
not how floating above the ground works.
I don't think that's how... Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm not sure how floating above the ground works personally. I've never done it myself, but... I don't think that is it.
It reminds me of the Sonic 3, the movie trailer, when I thought he was touching the water as he was going on the water.
Well, at least that made sense though, because that was water.
Yeah. Oh, really. Anyway, what is our rating for this episode?
What I said the last one was a 7.5.
Yeah.
I call this one an 8.
An 8.
I think.
Okay, I'm gonna call this one a...
I think it's solid.
I'll call this one a 7.35.
Okay.
0.02
A step up
above
from your
what I had
33.
previously.
It's solid, but also I don't think that's just how physics work in half of what's going on here.
That's what you are. Minus 1 point for physics.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll make it a 7.99 or whatever.
Do you actually want to write 7.99?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I am really curious to see what our averages are going to be at the end of this.
It'll be something.
Oh god.
How many episodes are there supposed to be?
There's one more.
Okay.
One to go. Which will be, yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. Oh, okay. I guess one more thing to note on the Sonic Cross Shadow Generations thing is I'm sad because I can't order in the limited run edition of the game that has like a fake a Dreamcast of Sonic and Shadow standing on top of it.
Aww.
It looks really neat. And now I'm really
She
sad.
wasn't even pressing anything. Sorry, I was... It's annoying. When Rouge is hacking, she's not like... Unless it's just really bright and I can't tell.
That's such a...
I don't even think she's pressing anything.
A live action thing. Like, not even like an animated... Why would you ever have to do that in animation?
Yeah.
Simply animate them pressing the thing. Like...
That's what I'm saying, unless it's like not a button, but like unless it's a screen and it's just really bright and I can't tell.
Yeah. Oh gosh. That's fun. I like that you're continuing to like scroll over it.
I just saw her there. I was like, what? She's not doing anything.
Anyway, final things. How was our poll for last week?
Oh goodness. Let me get it up. Where is it? 1. And it was for redback spiders.
Oh, that's right. I forgot what a poll was.
Yeah.
This is the Australian Animals in Minecraft thing. Someone wants a redback.
Yeah.
Oh god. I like that. Yeah, because we described it as going to be like a cave spider, except with like a red back, and instead of like poison, it does something else. There's something with that.
Yeah.
Did we say it was like going to do withering or something?
Wither effect, yeah.
God. Anyway, our poll for this week will
Where
probably
am I
be something to do with Halo.
Probably.
Speckle of Halo.
I don't know what it is, but probably.
Flimblem time.
Blim blim. Okay, so on the last lot of round 2,
Okay.
we've got one of the other guys that's in Awakening and Fates who won,
Yeah.
or who's winning. Oh, actually, they did win. And then second was one of the Awakening kids. Actually, I don't think you know who that is.
It's fine.
And then... Oh wait, no, there's more in round 2. What? Okay, anyway. Still in round 2. Got female Morgan is winning. And another guy I was just talking about who's in Awakening and Fates, his kid
Yeah.
in Fates is second.
Okay.
Then...
Then.
I
it
think the
always sounds
last
like you're
one.
ending, like you're about to like finish it, and then you're like,
Yeah.
then.
Here's the other one. Yeah, I think this is the last one, which is Owain's daughter in Fates, and another one of the Awakening kids. that I
Okay.
also think you don't know. And that's all they've got for now.
Okay. That's alright. If there's nothing
Yep.
else,
That's it.
is it all together? Okay. In one sentence or less, I want you to give me 1 sentence or less. In 20 words or less, I want you to give me a brief first impressions of Zelda.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, it's great. 3
I
words.
can pet the animals. 10 out of 10.
You pet the animals 10 out of 10. That's 10 words.
Imper exists. That's always good.
Impa exists. That is. You got another 4 or 5 left.
Try is Navi 2.0.
Sounds good. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed this episode of the podcast. Thank you for listening, and we shall be back in the next one. Cheers, everyone.
Bye.